The squad aimed their weapons at her instantly, fingers hovering over triggers, but Elias raised his hand to stop them. Something about her presence demanded caution, not violence. "What are you?" Elias asked. The alien woman tilted her head, her armor pulsing faintly. "I am Commander Seryth of the Ael'thari. My unit was destroyed in the opening strikes. I remained, because my armor would not release me." Elias studied the strange suit. Unlike human exosuits, which were clunky and mechanical, hers moved like a second skin, each plate shifting with fluid precision. Symbols ran across its surface like veins of light, pulsing with an internal heartbeat. Seryth glanced at Elias's squad. "You are soldiers." "Am I? But you are different." Before Elias could respond, a tremor shook the ground. From the far end of the ruins, metallic howls echoed. Enemy drones, remnants of the Dominion, the rival human faction, were converging. Seryth's armor flared, projecting a dome of crackling energy around her. "Stand behind me," she ordered. The humans hesitated. Elias didn't. He motioned his squad inside the protective barrier just as plasma bolts rained down from the incoming drones. The shield shimmered, deflecting the barrage. "Your armor, it's shielding us," Elias muttered. Seryth gave him a quick glance. "It should not be doing this. It should only recognize Ael'thari biometrics." But it was. With a gesture, she unleashed a wave of energy that tore through the advancing drones, scattering their metallic remains across the rubble. When the silence returned, Elias realized something had changed. The alien woman's armor was glowing brighter now, but the light pulsed not in alien glyphs, rather in a pattern eerily similar to human military HUDs. Targeting reticles, tactical overlays, human-style command readouts. Seryth looked down at her chest plate, astonishment flashing across her features. "This is impossible. My armor has never displayed this configuration." Elias took a cautious step closer. "That's human interface. It looks exactly like what our command suits use." Her eyes locked with his. "Explain." Part 2. The Discovery. They retreated into a safer chamber of the ruins, torchlight flickering against alien carvings. Seryth knelt, pressing her armored hand to the floor as her suit hummed. Holograms bloomed into the air, displaying streams of data. "This armor was crafted for the Ael'thari centuries ago," she explained. "It bonds with our physiology, adapting only to us. For it to display human combat protocols," she hesitated, her golden eyes narrowing. "It means your species was written into its code." Elias frowned. "That doesn't make sense. Humans only reached the stars a few centuries ago. How could your people have built this with us in mind?" Seryth touched her chest plate again. The armor responded with a flicker, projecting human tactical maps, complete with unit formations and weapon loadouts. Elias recognized it instantly. "That's from our Earth archives," he said slowly. "Pre-colonial era. But how would your armor know that?" Seryth shook her head. Unless we are not as separate as we believed." The revelation hung in the air, unsettling both soldier and alien alike. Before they could unravel the mystery further, Elias's comms crackled. "Captain Rourke, hostile reinforcements incoming. 5 minutes." Elias cursed under his breath. They were cut off. Seryth rose to her full height, the alien architecture casting her in a statuesque silhouette. "Then we fight. But now, together." Elias studied her for a long moment. She was alien. She was dangerous. But right now she was also their only chance. He nodded. "All right. Let's see what this hybrid armor of yours can really do." Part 3. The Battle. The Dominion troops swarmed into the ruins, armored infantry backed by heavy drones. Plasma fire turned the shattered city into a battlefield once again. Elias and his squad took cover, firing controlled bursts. But the enemy was relentless, pushing forward in coordinated waves. Then Seryth moved. Her armor roared to life, no longer just alien but distinctly infused with human combat protocols. Her targeting reticles locked onto enemy drones. She crouched low like a human marine, and launched herself into the fray. To Elias's shock, she fought exactly like his soldiers did. She used cover, she aimed with precision, she even gave out tactical calls in crisp English. "Suppressing fire, left flank," she shouted, her voice ringing through their comms. The squad obeyed instinctively. And it worked. It wasn't just her voice that surprised them. It was her movements. Disciplined, efficient, human. Her alien grace blended seamlessly with human military training, as though she had been drilled at Earth's academies. Seryth herself seemed caught between awe and instinct. Why do I know your combat patterns? Why do I feel as though I have done this before? The armor pulsed brighter with each strike, its energy field synchronizing with Elias's HUD. Their suits linked, data flowing between alien and human systems. Elias suddenly saw enemy positions highlighted more clearly than ever, as if the armor was feeding him battlefield intelligence. It wasn't just a weapon. It was a bridge. Together, they tore through the Dominion forces, their combined firepower forcing a retreat. Explosions rocked the ruins as the last drone collapsed, sparking and hissing. When the smoke cleared, Elias and his squad lowered their rifles, breathing hard. Seryth stood at the center, her armor dimming back to a steady glow. She turned slowly toward Elias, her expression unreadable. "This changes everything." Part 4, The Truth. After securing the area, Elias and Seryth sat across from one another in the flickering light of a campfire. The squad gave them space, whispering about the strange alliance forming before their eyes. "You fought like one of us," Elias said finally. "Your armor didn't just adapt, it made you human." Seryth's gaze was distant. "The Ael'thari have long believed we were alone in our design, that we were the architects of our destiny. But if your combat patterns exist in my armor's core, then perhaps our species share an origin." Elias leaned forward. "Are you saying humans and Ael'thari are connected? That we're related?" Seryth nodded slowly. "Long ago, our ancestors spoke of the seeded, worlds scattered across the stars, bearing life crafted by the same hands. Perhaps your Earth was one of them. Perhaps we are two branches of the same tree." The fire crackled between them. Elias felt the weight of her words settle into his bones. If true, it meant humanity was not a random accident in the cosmos. They were part of something far greater, an ancient experiment, a legacy hidden in alien armor. Seryth looked at her glowing chestplate again, fingers tracing the unfamiliar human icons. "When my armor activated in human soldier mode, I was very surprised. But now, I think I understand. It was not a malfunction. It was a reminder." Elias asked quietly. "A reminder of what?" Her eyes met his, burning with golden fire. "That we are not enemies. That we were meant to fight as one." Part 5, The Choice. The next morning, long-range scans showed Dominion reinforcements converging in overwhelming numbers. Elias's squad wouldn't survive another wave alone. Seryth rose, her armor fully synchronized with human protocols. "If I stay, I can hold them off. But you must escape with the data my armor has revealed. Your leaders must know the truth."